The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Handicap Fantasy. Get up to 1K in deposit match with Handicap Fantasy with the promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is currently Sunday afternoon, August 10th, around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Our host, Scott Rochelle, once again joined by Dylan Rock. Together, we're going to break down the games here for the Monday card. Dylan, how's it going with you? What's up?
What's going on? Good to be with you. It's hot out. I don't know about you, but it's fucking hot out by me today.
Yeah, it is. I'm kind of used to it at this point. Besides, I have to prep myself for Vegas 104 next week. So, it's going to keep me in check. You gotta pace yourself, So,
are we dressing nice? We dressing casual? We going out to eat? What are the plans?
Going to be hanging around Adam, Sean, and Kramer a lot. So we'll see. But it's probably going to be a bunch of shows, a bunch of bets, and then somewhere in between we'll eat. So that's kind of my plan. So probably a mix. I might do a Veasan show. So I'll wear jeans and some polo.
Nice. Attaboy. Are you?
I'm not gonna wear a suit. I mean, that's out of the question, obviously.
Yeah. Are you a big suit guy?
Not really. I feel like I never really need to wear one.
Yeah.
When you think about the jobs that we do in the, I'd say, calendar, besides weddings, when am I really ever wearing a suit?
Wakes, funerals.
I'm saying, but I'm saying like those like extreme, rare circumstances.
Yeah, you're right. I know some people like the nice sports coat sometimes.
Yeah, I don't mind the sport coat, but once again, I'm recording remote from either an apartment or from a house, so I don't really need it,
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, but either way, point is I'll be in Vegas on Wednesday, so it should be fun. Looking forward to it. I already booked my flights and everything, so I'm taken care of. Anyway, before we get into any of the actual games for the Monday card, a reminder that you can also check out the Sports Gambling Podcast because they're doing another pack break with Dabs. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific. Get your team now. Teams will sell out. Go to sportsgambling.com/break and use your 10% code to get 10% off. You can use the code SGPN. So once again, use the code SGPN at sportsgambling.com/break to get 10% off your purchase. Anyway, getting into the actual games for the card on Monday, starting off with the Phillies taking on the Reds. For this one, the Phillies ended up, I believe they won on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Reds did too, in a pretty chaotic game because both bullpens were terrible. But either way, a point is you're looking at what should be a fun matchup. Phillies have Walker on the mound against Abbott. And for the pricing, I see the Phillies at around plus 105. I see the Reds at around minus 120. See the over-under in this game at around 9.5. Now, we know Walker's been a mess this season, and those last couple starts, he has been better, though. The last two starts, 11 innings pitched, 2 runs allowed. We know Abbott has been very good this season, as he has an 8-2 record, a 2.34 ERA. However, last start, not great. Did struggle against the Cubs, 6 2/3, 4 earned. I think for this one, actually, I might go with Philly. I think it's a coin flip game. I think plus money is kind of appealing. I get that Abbott's better. I watched that bullpen today. I am not interested in laying 120 and change. So give me the Phillies plus money.
Yeah, I felt like minus 125 was kind of short. My numbers did make him a minus 140 favorite. It did get scary today. Thankfully, the offense decided to wake up, so they did win the game. But, I thought they should have been a bigger favorite here with Abbott. Abbott is clearly the better pitcher between him and Taijuan Walker. Now, give credit where it's due. Taijuan Walker has been a little better. I still don't trust him. And yes, Phillies are a really good hitting team. But on the road and against lefties, they are a little worse than against righties. They do struggle a little bit. So, yes, you mentioned he struggled against the Cubs in his last start. So I do think he'll bounce back here. So I'm going to take the Reds here. I'm actually going to take the home team. I think minus 125 is a short price.
Yeah, moving on to the next game, look at a match between the Twins and the Yankees. Yankees lost series again. What else is new? As the Astros own them, and Altuve went yard a couple times. You saw Minnesota, though, have a nice walk-off win today against Kansas City. You have Matthews against Warren. Yankees minus 165, Twins are plus 140, and the over-under is set at around 9 or 8.5. So I understand why the Yankees are favored because I think Warren at home is pretty good. At least his numbers are. I'm really sold on him as a pitcher. I'm not a fan of Zebby, though, in general, but Warren has allowed 3 earned in his last 3 starts combined, so I get it. Having said that, 165 is just egregious for this Yankees team right now, who've been really bad for about 2 months. I'll go Minnesota on principle. If you want to argue the over, because I don't like Zebby either, that could be fine. But I think this price feels extremely expensive based on the current form of this team. I'll hold my nose, take the Twins.
Yeah, nothing I really loved about this game, but I mean, I don't think the Yankees should be this big of a favorite. My numbers only made them a minus 140 favorite, and I thought that was nice. I agree. Will Warren has been better at home, but I'd rather back the over. My total came out to 9.2. Do not trust Warren. Statistically, he has been better at home, but Zebby Matthews he's not good on the road. He gave up. He got lit up by the Rockies on the road. He got lit up by Boston. He got lit up by Seattle. I'm just not a fan of him. So I do think we're going to see some runs here. So should be a really nice day here in New York. So I think the ball will be traveling. So yeah, I'll take the over 8.5.
Yeah, I didn't mind the over too for that game. Moving on to the Tigers taking on the White Sox. You have Paddock against we don't know. For the money line and everything, we don't know. Detroit will be favored, but not sure by how much. Over, under, once again, we do not know. The White Sox had lost a couple in a row. They won the game today, mainly because Ciccone was terrible, and the White Sox bullpen barely held on. But either way, a point is Paddock was not good last start.
No.
But the Tigers, I mean, we know they're the better team. Don't look now, the Guardians kind of starting to crawl into that division race.
Yeah.
But I don't have a line, so I got nothing. I guess I'm on Detroit, but maybe the over.
Yeah, it depends. I think it might be Tyler Alexander, the relief pitcher for the White Sox. He has been doing some spot starts. He did one last time against the Mariners, but he's not really someone I want to back. I mean, he doesn't really go long, 3 to 4 innings, if that, and he gives up a ton of hard contact as well. So I do like the over if it is Tyler Alexander. But yeah, Tigers should be around a minus 160, minus 165 favorite. But yeah, I got nothing. I don't know who's pitching for the White Sox.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, Pirates taking on the Brewers. Don't look now, but this Brewers team is absolutely surging, as you know, pretty well, especially after the game today. Yeah, both of our teams not doing too well. Eduluz Diaz made an appearance today.
Do you want to talk about our teams real quick?
See, the Yankees we kind of brushed through. The Mets are not on the calendar because they don't play tomorrow. So if you want the floor, you can, but I'll put it this way. People think Milwaukee is a luck box. Think Milwaukee is a fluke team.
No.
I think this team's a wagon. And I've been praising this team for a while. They're really, really good. And even though, yes, there were a couple of controversial calls, you had the catcher's interference on Friday, you had the extra pitch to Contreras on once again Saturday. This team just never quits. There's 27 outs in a game normally. They will use every one of those outs. They will make you earn every win. And it feels like this team never rolls over. And I know Helsley blew the game in the 8th inning. Edwin Diaz almost blew it in the 9th. Nice play by Alonso at first base. Then he did blow it in the 10th inning. Still, the bottom of the 9th, I mean. Sorry, I'm mixing up the innings, but either way.
Good.
Point is, the Mets are in free fall, but Milwaukee's also really good. Both statements can be true. Anything you want to add there?
No, I agree. I think two things could be true at once. And I knew after that Guardians series, almost getting no hit, getting swept there, now going on the road and taking on, I agree. I mean, I was skeptical at first, maybe a little towards All-Star break about this Milwaukee team, but you're right. They're legit as possible. They play the baseball the right way, and they don't really have that star player, but they just get clutch hit after clutch hit. Another comeback win. And to be honest, I don't want to give the Mets credit, but they didn't play terrible either in this series. You know, offensively, they've been much better in this series, but pitching, man, I don't think they did enough in the deadline. The bullpen has not been good. And starting-wise, they haven't been good either. There's lost 11 out of their last 12. There's no heart, and there's no pride either. They don't want to win, it seems like. So, I don't know. It's been very tough to be a Met fan as of late, but wild card, here we come. But I saw Aaron Boone. I wasn't watching.
I'm sorry. You sure about that? What, are you half a game up on Cincinnati?
Yeah, I think we'll be fine, though.
I'm just saying, right now, technically, you're not locked into the wild card. Mets and Yankees are on the verge of falling out of the wild card picture. Actually, Yankees got lucky. Cleveland lost today. They didn't lose They didn't lose a game, but yeah, I'll put it this way: if the Mets miss the wild card, I would not be totally shocked based on how this team has been performing for the last couple of months, and the Yankees too. Both these teams are in free fall.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I understand. I guess for the last month or half a month of the season left, I guess I would trust the Mets a little more than the Reds right now. But
I probably would too, but I don't trust anything about the Mets right now. So
yeah, no, that's fair. I get that. The talent is there. That's the problem. I think that's what's a little more frustrating. Same thing with your team. The talent is there. It's just they're not performing. So
well, the Yankees tend to blame it more on ownership. Well, I know that Yankee fans do. I agree with ownership. They blame it on Cashman as well and Boone, who I think most people think is a terrible manager. I haven't seen many people blaming the Mets manager for the collapse. Do you blame the manager, or is it mostly players? I feel like most people actually like the Mets manager.
Yeah, I think people like Carlos Mendoza. I don't think a lot of people dislike him. I think most people are upset at the players.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the Yankees and the Mets are imploding at the same time, but both fan bases are blaming different sources for the reason of the collapse. I haven't heard anything about, once again, the Mets manager being the problem. It feels like they have recognized it's a bunch of players who are just soft. I feel the same way about the Yankees. The Yankees blame it on the manager instead.
What happened with Boone today, him getting ejected? I heard he was ejected for arguing balls and strikes.
Yeah, he got ejected for balls and strikes, ironically on a pitch that I think was a strike. And then there was a controversial call later that he was already ejected for, and it was a pretty brutal miss there on the Fried pitch, which resulted in a Cam Smith 2-run RBI hit there. Didn't matter anyway. The Yankees scored 1 run, so it wasn't like it really mattered that much. But Boone got ejected early. Didn't matter because the team's not very good, and Houston's just better than the Yankees every year. So I don't really have much else to add.
Would you be surprised? Now, I know you said about the Mets. Would you be surprised if the Yankees missed the playoffs?
No. They should. Right now, I believe they're half a game ahead of Cleveland, I think. Or like they're tied. No, this team's not any good.
Would Aaron Boone still have a job?
I hope not. They gave him an extension after the World Series. I think that was more of a product of the AL being terrible last year, but I never know. With Cashman and with Boone, who should have been fired years ago, both of them, they're still here. So I really just stopped expecting either one to get fired at this point.
Yeah. By the way, when Devin Williams the other day blew it, I wasn't tagging you to like put it in your face. I was just like, this is just ridiculous. Because I think the day before...
See, you tagged me in that, so I tagged you in the Mets getting...
I know, because then I was like, does he think like I was trying to put it in his face? I was just like, no, we were literally talking about it, I think, the other day. And I was like... And then this happened, so I was like, "It's just crazy how."
And then, I wasn't sure, so I tagged you in the Marte getting thrown out at home plate thing on Friday. So I
was like, Scott thinks I knew that's why you tagged me. I was like, I'm not liking this.
It's fine, you didn't have to, but I had the Brewers money line, so I appreciated the throw out at the plate there. But anyway, to get into this game, though, you have the Pirates taking on the Brewers. You have Heaney against Peralta. For this one, you have the Brewers at minus 225, minus 240, shop around. You find Pittsburgh at around plus 190. For the over-under, I see 8 in this game. So for the run one, the only way to actually bet on Milwaukee in this game, you can get the minus 1.5 and minus 110. Good enough for me. I have a running joke with my roommate from freshman year at Wisconsin. We've acknowledged the Brewers win games through the power of friendship. You can't explain it. They just find ways. You remember the old... I'm trying to think of which one it was. I think it was it Yu-Gi-Oh? You ever follow Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day?
Huge Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
Isn't that how that went? They had like the friendship symbols. They could win through the heart of the cards and the power of friendship.
Yeah, you got to believe in the heart of the cards.
That's the Brewers' entire season. They just win games that they have no business winning, but they find ways to win. So that's kind of how Milwaukee rolls. I'm not going to go against them. Pittsburgh's bullpen's bad. The offense isn't very good. And Milwaukee's just an absolute wagon. I also like Peralta more than Heaney. But heart of the cards, power of friendship, game of the Brewers, minus 1.5.
We do have a question. I don't know if you want to answer it in the chat. I don't know if you're talking about the St. Louis game tonight for Sunday Night Baseball.
I'm assuming he is.
Yeah, it's at 7.5. My total came out to 8.4, so I do like the over. I don't know about you, Scott.
Let me see what I like for that one. I kind of forgot who's pitching in that one. Imanaga against Gray.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty on the fence. The weather is supposed to be horrible, so keep an eye out for a rain delay or something going on there. If I had to pick, I would probably consider a slight thought on the under, but I'm not betting that. I have no interest in that game at all. I think it's a good pitching matchup, but once again, the weather might play a serious factor, so I got nothing for that one. But you have any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, the Brewers, right? I made him a huge favorite. I like Andrew Heaney, I really do, but he's a much different pitcher on the road than he is at home. On the road, 6.55 ERA, and to be honest, he hasn't really been going long into games either. He's been giving up the long ball, and last time he faced this Brewers team, he got smoked. So I don't know. And the Pirates as well, they're just not really a team I want to back on the road. At home, they are backable at times. And you mentioned, how can anyone fade this Brewers team right now? 10 in a row. They just find ways to win, and I think Freddie Peralta has been great at home. 7-1, 2.13 ERA. I just don't see offensively how they could keep up. So -1.5 at -105. I'm going to take the Brewers.
By the way, we said 10 in a row. It's a 9 in a row. Just 9. A small correction. But either way, this team is absolutely insane. I got nothing else to add. It's kind of, I'm hoping for their sake they can do a better job in the playoffs than the team I'm about to mention. They remind me of that Giants team that won 100-plus games. That 1 year, you know what I'm talking about? I know the Brewers made the playoffs last year, and they've been a consistent playoff team. There's a sense of, I don't know if magic's the right word, but it just feels like everything is aligning properly.
Aura.
Yeah, that's a word you could use too. I'm higher on Milwaukee, though. I'm not picking Milwaukee to fall apart guaranteed in the playoffs like most people are. But it does feel like there's a sense of just a perfect understanding between front office to manager to players. And everything is just completely in balance. Mm-hmm. Doesn't it feel that way? Like they can't do anything wrong at this point?
Yeah, no, they just find ways to win. They can't do anything wrong. Pitching's been good. They make plays at the plate.
And they're a good fielding team.
Yeah, they are. They don't make errors. They don't shoot themselves in the foot either.
Yeah, so I like this team, but we'll see how they do in October. Moving on to the next game, you have the Nationals taking on the Royals. For this one, you have Cavalli against Falter. Now, for the money line, I see the Nationals at around, trying to find the exact price here. I see Nationals at plus 125. I see the Royals at around +1. I see -145, give or take. For the over-under, I see 9 in this game. So Cavalli was called up, and he was actually really good against the A's. He didn't go much distance, but still give up no runs. For the Royals, Falter, they traded for. I still don't know why the Royals bought at the deadline, because they're not any good, and they traded for pieces. And I know Witt did not play today, so we'll see if he plays tomorrow. Falter, though, made one appearance with the Royals, 4 innings, 7 runs against the Red Sox. I'll take the plus money with the Nationals. Both teams aren't really playing great baseball right now, but the Royals, I just think, are too expensive at -145, -150. I'm not a fan of Falter. I think he's an average junk ball lefty pitcher. Cavalli can throw fast. He can throw 100. He looked good in his first outing, but I think this price feels very expensive for a Royals team that has not been good lately. So give me the Nationals. Once again, if Witt ends up sitting this game too, this line might plummet.
Yeah.
I'll gamble on it. Give me Washington plus money.
Yeah, it's hard to back the Nationals here, but I only made the Royals a -125 favorite. So, yeah, they are the better team, but do we really trust Bailey Falter? That's what it really came down for me. And, he was terrible, like you mentioned, in his first start with the Royals. The Red Sox destroyed him. I'm just not a fan of Bailey Falter. The Nationals, they're averaging 4.5 runs per game on the road, whereas the Royals are averaging the least amount of runs per game at home again versus anyone. So I don't know, especially like Scott said, if Bobby Witt Jr. doesn't play, that really hurts their lineup as well. I don't think this is a good spot for them. Cade Cavalli was solid in his first start versus an A's team who's really good at hitting. So Nationals plus money. I like them first 5 as well. I'm going to stay away from the bullpens. Washington's bullpen really scares me. So I like actually Nationals in the first 5.
Yeah. I can get behind that too, but the Royals I just think are too expensive in this game. Before we get into the rest of the games for Monday, a reminder they're brought to you by MyBookie.ag, available in a ton of locations using to bet on baseball, WNBA, tennis, golf, and of course football futures. You can also use crypto for deposits and payouts. When you sign up though for a new account, use the code SGPN to get 100% match up to 1K. Term conditions apply. With the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they have smart signals, which are power trends. They just got rebranded. But either way, you can crush WNBA and baseball with smart signals. For the MLB season, they've been really good, especially for player unders on batter props. WNBA smart signals are 97 and 65 in July. They've also been really good in August. A reminder, though, you can get a free week trial by using the link, the partnership link that we have with Rhythm. Use the link sportsgambling's Rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple games on the card for Monday. Time to move on to the next game. Rockies taking on the Cardinals. No lines in this game because we have no pitcher for Colorado. You have Mikolas pitching for St. Louis. We have no lines. We have no pitcher. Any thoughts? Because the Rockies stink.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who the Rockies pitch. You can't back them. I do worry about Sunday night hangover, but they're not traveling. So that really doesn't matter to me, but Rockies are terrible. I mean, St. Louis isn't playing the best baseball either, but you just worry about Colorado. Can they even do anything offensively right now? I mean, they're having a hard time scoring the ball right now. So, yeah, obviously I would take the Cardinals here with Miles Mikolas, but I really don't know who's going for the Rockies, which is worrisome.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Rockies, though, because I did have the over 9.5 as my lock for the Saturday card, and they did enough. That went over. Also, I ended up betting Erod under a strikeout, and the Rockies ended up only striking out twice against them. So I appreciate that. I made money on the Rockies, which is something you can't say that often, but definitely helped me sweep the last episode. So shout out to them. For this game, I guess it's Cardinals minus 1.5. They're a wagon at home. I don't have anything else to add, but I have no prices for this game either. Moving on to the Diamondbacks taking on the Rangers. You have Nelson against Eovaldi. Rangers minus 165. The Diamondbacks are plus 140. For the over-under in this game, I see 7.5. Rangers were on the cusp of making a wild card spot. Now they're even separated by another team. The Guardians jumped them a couple days ago, so keep that in mind. Rangers are now, I believe, 2.5 out. Might be 3 out. I don't know if that was updated after their Game 1 final against the Phillies. But they have not been playing great lately. However, we know the Diamondbacks aren't very good, and the Rangers did have the Phillies, who are a good team, obviously. Eovaldi's been great. Nelson's been good, too. The over-under at 7.5 feels about right to me. I'll go first 5 under. I'll ignore the bullpens because I don't want to bother with Arizona. But I see a lower scoring game. Give me the under. I like Eovaldi. I think Nelson's been good. Give me a first 5 under of 4.
Yeah, I love the Rangers here. Tough loss yesterday. Jacob deGrom threw amazing. He had that one bad inning late, but I thought he did really well. I made the Rangers over a $2 favorite here. I don't think Ryan Nelson is bad, but what I really don't trust is the bullpen of Arizona. I stayed away from the total. Bottom 5 in the league, and yeah, they have been winning recently, but they've been playing the Rockies, which we just talked about, which probably doesn't mean much. Now the Snakes have to face Nathan Eovaldi. He's probably a top 5 pitcher this season. He has been one of the best in the league. He's undefeated at home, 154 ERA. Batters only hitting a $177 off of him. And the last time the Rangers lost a start he made was June 27th. He's only allowed 2 runs in the last 38 innings. He's backed up by a top 5 bullpen. So I think the Rangers are a wagon at home, especially with Eovaldi on the mound. So I think they win a low-scoring game here. So I think they bounce back. It was a tough series against the Phillies, but I'll take the Rangers here.
Yeah, I like them too. I think the price definitely makes sense. But for the sake of the actual play in itself, since it is a bit expensive, maybe the run line if you want to get bold, but I don't mind the under in the first 5.
You like Eovaldi this season? You think he's been a top 5, or is that a stretch?
Definitely top 10. I have to think about top 5, but because I don't even know if he's top 1 on his own team. You can argue that he is because DeGrom hasn't been as dominant over the last month. He's still been good, obviously.
Yeah.
But Eovaldi also missed some time with injury, so you can factor that in too. He's definitely top 10.
Yeah, so right now he's 3rd in AL Cy Young. Skubal minus 210, Garrett Crochet plus 150, and Eovaldi 16-1.
Yeah, but then you're also throwing in the NL, and you have Skeens in there. You have Christopher Sanchez somewhere in there.
Yeah, so the top 3 for NL: Skeens minus 650, Wheeler plus 500, and Sanchez plus 800. Matthew Boyd has been low key good too.
He's been good too. I would probably take Eovaldi over him.
Yeah,
but I think that once again he's probably around 6, so top 10. You could say fringe top 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's kind of where I put it, but either way. Moving on to the next game, Red Sox taking on the Astros. Astros won Yankee Stadium already. The Red Sox are losing right now to San Diego. Speaking of Crochet, he's pitching in this one against Javier, making his season debut. Now, for the actual pricing for this one, Red Sox are going to be favorites. They're minus 172. You have the Astros around plus 144. For the over-under in this game, I see a total of 7.5. So the Red Sox have been struggling in Petco, but we know that San Diego has been a good home team all year. Houston has been good at home as well, as they are 35-24. Crochet's been great. Javier, though, is a massive question mark because he's not pitched all season. I mean, Crochet has been so damn good. He's allowed less than 3 earned runs in 5 straight starts. I think I got to go Boston first 5 minus half a run. Just pick Javier to struggle, pick Boston's offense to bounce back, and you're kind of picking Crochet to do Crochet things. Give me Boston first 5 minus half a run.
What? I didn't see the lines. I'm sorry. What was the money line for Boston?
172.
Ooh, it is a little pricey, but
I get it though.
I get it. And yeah, like you said, Christian Javier hasn't pitched since May 21st. And I always say this, but when guys take a really long time, like on a 60-day DL or whatever, their first start back in 2 months, I always fade them. So they're playing about 500 baseball. I agree. I think the Red Sox will bounce back. Tough loss here on Saturday, but I don't know. I trust the Red Sox a little more here, especially against Crochet, who's just been so fucking good. So, yeah, I would agree. It's a little pricey, but maybe minus a half a run in the first 5 would get you down a little bit. But, yeah, I would agree. I would take the Red Sox here.
Yeah, moving on to the next game, Dodgers taking on the Angels. Dodgers have been destroying Toronto all weekend, and they're up 3-1 right now for the sweep. For this matchup, you have Yamamoto against Soriano. Now, the Dodgers minus 180, the Angels are plus 150. For the over-under in this game, I see 8.5. For the run line, because you don't lay 180 with the Dodgers, you can get the Dodgers minus 1.5 at around even money. Yeah, give me the Dodgers minus 1.5. We were waiting for them to finally wake up again. They have. Ohtani's been great the last week. He homered again today. I think it was a leadoff home run today. Even Betts homered, I think, yesterday, which hasn't happened in a while. Freeman had an RBI already today. The offense is finally waking up again. It's about damn time. Angels, we know, can be feisty at times, but I think Soriano is a contact pitcher who might struggle in this matchup. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5 at even money.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under 8.5. Nothing I felt too confident in. My total did come out to 8.1. Yamamoto has actually been really better on the road this season than at home. 7-3. He has a 1.61 ERA on the road. Batter's only hitting a $1.79 off of him. He's only given up 1 run in the last 19 innings on the road, and all 3 of those games went under the total. The under actually in his 11 road games this season for Yamamoto, the under's 8-3 for him this season. So, I know the Angels have been scoring a decent amount of runs as of late, especially over the weekend. But going against Yamamoto, I think they will struggle. I think this is a tough spot for them. So I'll take the under 8.5.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, Padres taking on the Giants. You have Darvish against Webb for this one. For the actual pricing, I see, do we have any lines in this game at all? I know we did not when we started. We do not. So I was kind of hoping they added something late, but they did not. We have no lines. We know Webb's been really good, especially at home. Darvish has been kind of a mess this season. A 6.51 ERA. Last start, 4 innings, 3 runs against the Diamondbacks. I'll ask you what you like in this one because it's tough to go against Webb at home. I'm assuming that the Padres might be slight favorites even in this game because they've been the better team, but I never know what the line's going to be with Webb. It should be close either way. I'll go Giants because I'm really not a Darvish guy in 2025.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Giants here. I made him a minus 150 favorite, but yeah, Darvish has not looked good since coming back. He's only had 1 good start, and surprisingly, it was against my Mets. So no surprise there. But 3+ runs given up in 4 of his last 5 starts. Whereas Logan Webb is really a guy you want to back at home. He's put together back-to-back solid starts. He went 8 scoreless innings in the beginning of June versus Padre team. This offense just couldn't get him any run support. I think this might be a good spot for the Giants offense to get back on track. They have been scoring the ball a little better as of late. So Padres, they do struggle on the road. So I do like the Giants here up to a minus 150 depending on the number.
Yep. Moving on to the next matchup, final game on the card, you have the Rays against the A's. You have Pepiot against Springs. So a bit of a revenge game here for Springs. For the money line, you have the A's at minus 120. You have the Rays at around plus 100. For the over-under, I see 10. Nice comeback win by the A's today. I know Baltimore stinks, but still scored 2 in the 9th to win 3-2. Tampa, we know, has been a pretty underwhelming team over the last month or two. They also didn't really do anything of note at the deadline. They're down 4-3 right now to Seattle. At least they're staying in the West Coast, so it's not that bad of a trip from Seattle to California. It is a pretty big trip for the A's, though, because they played in Baltimore, but they already won, so they got to travel earlier this afternoon. For this game, though, I think I'll go with Tampa. It's a pure coin flip. I'm not betting this game. I have no interest at all. I'm not a Springs guy. I think Pepe, it's okay. In reality, though, I just don't want to lay 120 with the A's. They're a lot more fun to bet on when they're getting plus money, and they also helped me sweep on Saturday because I got them plus money against Brandon Young somehow, and they killed him. But I think I'll go Tampa. I'm not playing this game, but coin flip, give me the plus money.
Yeah, I actually made the A's a minus 125 favorite here. They've been playing better baseball right now. I think they have the better offense. And honestly, Jeffrey Springs, he's been the better pitcher of the two. I'm not a big Ryan Pepiot fan. He's 2-5 on the road. He has a 4.19 ERA. It's just too up and down for my liking. And Jeffrey Springs has been the more consistent pitcher at home, 5-2 straight up. Batters only hitting 212 off of him. And the A's have won his last 4 starts at home as well. So I just trust this offense. Like you said, good comeback win today for the A's. I just think they're a better team than Tampa right now. I understand you don't want to lay a number with how bad this bullpen is, but the A's offense is much better than Tampa right now. So I'm going to take the A's.
Yeah, once again, I understand why you might want to go with the A's, but I just don't want to lay 120 with this team. They've been good lately, I'll admit it, but I'd rather just go with the coin flip. But once again, no chance I bet on this game. Mm-hmm. I don't really trust either pitcher in this ballpark especially, so maybe that's just an over, and you just expect a bunch of runs. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for all the games on the card. Time to move on into the Lock and Dog picks. For that, the reminder, we're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Circa, because they are still hosting the 3 biggest football contests for the coming season. They have Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. Over $21 million of guaranteed prizes. Get out cards for 2 DJ if you're not competing in the contest. Hang out at SGPN at the Circa contest weekend from the 21st to 23rd for an amazing weekend, including live shows and open bars. Plus, you get 50% of your stay at Circa with the code SGP15. Contest open to everyone. Sign up at a Vada winner with the help of our proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Barnick Fantasy, doing Best Mania, happening all summer long. 15 million in prizes, 2 men for first place. No waiver wire, no trade arguments. Best balls, that's where to play fantasy football. You can also use Underdog for Pick'em because they have Pick'em entry options. You go to 500 times your entry. When you sign up, though, for an account, use the code MLBSGPN. You get a special pick in the first time that offer up to 1K bonus cash. Our fantasy promo code MLBSGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finish going through all the games on the card for Monday. Time to move on into the Lock and Dog picks. Dylan, what do you like as your Lock and Dog for the Monday card?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Brewers here. They're just a wagon right now. I'm going to take them at home minus 1.5 against Andrew Heaney, who really hasn't been going long into games, and he has been struggling recently, especially on the road. So I'll take the Brewers to keep it rolling, minus 1.5 at minus 105 as my lock. As my dog, who did I take as a dog? A's are not a dog. I'll take the Nationals. I'll take the Nationals here in a coin flip game. We both don't agree Bailey Falter should be this big of a favorite at home. And the Nationals can hit on the road. They do average 4.5 runs per game on the road, about a run and a half more than they do at home. And Kate Cavalier has been actually really serviceable in that one start. So, yeah, I'll take the Nationals here in a coin flip game.
Yeah. I think, what did you say the price was on that again?
Plus 125 I saw. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the best price I saw. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. So for my lock on the show, what did I want to go with here? I think I'm just going to go with the team of destiny here. Give me Milwaukee, minus 1.5. I think Milwaukee, at the end of the day, is just a much better team. I like Peralta more than Heaney. I mean, you witnessed it all weekend. This team just invents ways to score runs. If they get extra outs, they'll take advantage of them every time. The bullpen's great. The rotation's been good. The lineup has a bunch of guys you don't know, but they're all pretty good. Give me the Brewers minus 1.5 as my lock there at minus 108. I see its best price. For my dog, thought about the Twins on principle, but I really don't like Zebby. I don't think he's that good. So instead of doing that, I'm going to go with, I think I said before, the Dodgers. I can get even money. I'll take that. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus 100. Like the series they had against the Blue Jays over the weekend. Yamamoto, I think, should pitch pretty well against this offense. I'm not a big Soriano guy, especially against this offense. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus 100 as my dog for the show. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up. We'll be back once again on Monday morning, Adam and I, to get into the actual props for the card. We will be updating, by the way, the prop show schedule for the week because I will be in Vegas. So we're going to be aiming for Monday, then Tuesday, and then probably Friday night for Saturday. So keep that in mind. We'll be doing a prop show still 3 times this week, but we might switch up the days because we might try to balance it out with the travel schedule from Adam and I. So keep that in mind. Anyway, Dylan, anything else you want to add before we officially end the show?
No, just good luck in Vegas and safe travels.
Yep, thanks. Once again, hopefully you survive the heat here in the East Coast, because it is still hot over here too. Anyway, find me on Twitter, Rice Radio. Find him on Twitter at Rock with 2Ks24. Till next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.